All right, we're gonna get the morning rolling along, and I'll be honest, I was like, let's just go with something heavy. Let's go back to track two on this Death album. The thing is living monstrosity basically pretty hard on let's say drug moms and the consequences to their children. And track two, altering the future. I brought up the lyrics in the background. And I admit, I went over to AI and I'm like, hey, to me, it reads kind of an indictment on abortion. At the same time, Grok was like, did some searching. It was faster than I could. And I guess in interviews, dude was kind of pro choice. But in this altering the future, it seems like yeah, you could make that decision, but it's a rough one. So, and then I understand a pro-choice decision from the aspect of it's not my child. Who am I to say somewhere else? But if it was my seed, her egg that created life, well, of course I get a choice, an opinion on the subject. I just did not expect the lyrical content to be what it was. I expected, I guess, something. Well, if Carcass is my main, yeah, 6 feet under, but same deal. If those are kind of my go-to death metal bands only, then I had a narrow view of it all. To be fair, I am I am oddly impressed and intrigued by the lyrical content. Um, I'll quit yapping now. Death, spiritual healing, track two, altering the future. Uh, Here, just in case you can't follow along, creating a life only destroy, save from a life of the unemployed, where crime is the only way to survive, which is best to be dead or alive. So I see what the AI was saying there. At the same time, I think sometimes you could take a with later in the lyrics, I think it's emphasized, but you could take a pro approach to a subject, but then point out, they say that the negative consequences. So sure, you get to make those choices, but hey, you're also murdering. Now, at the same time, I I believe in actual justice. So I mean, in certain cases, a life for a life, which I believe, yeah, a life for a life should remain the rule. The innocent victims, that is what's cruel. Look to the past is what we should do when justice was done and justice was true. I a lot of that rings out with the natural law approach on this transgression and then major transgressions. I mean, you might have it coming if you did that much wrong. I'm not sure. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I definitely understand why people dig it. Is that just a straight time signature? It's got a weird feel to it. I'm no expert on that. If I was playing in a band, someone would explain that shit to me. I wasn't the guy who understood it. I like, you want me to play what? How? Oh, okay. Cool. Let's go. And then, just do what I was told. I'm not an actual educated musician, even though I played in a band for years. It is complicated. Well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be. You have to have the will to get up on stage and go do it. That I had the will to do that. Uh, learn my craft, not so much. I was too busy, getting high and making bad choices, which maybe is why some of this resonates a little bit. Uh, but yeah, it's interesting sound. I actually think it's much better than I ever expected, and I'm glad I'm taken into it later in life because I think I can appreciate it a lot more now.
Life only to destroy. See from a life of the unemployed. But crime is the only way to survive. Which is the best, to be dead or alive? Maybe I'm just, but maybe not. Or to be thrown in the trash to rot. To exist in this world might be a mistake, but one who's with tile is their choice to make.
I see it there. Oh.
Death in life, taken so easily. Right or wrong, whose choice will it be? Abortion, when it is needed. Execution, those who deserve it. The giving and taking of life will always be. Altering the future.
I did not expect it to go that way. I did not expect a solo break after that verse, especially the way the verse flows. Abortion when it is needed, execution for those who deserve it. The giving and taking of life will always be altering the future, but it doesn't flow in it. Interestingly enough, it feels like it would have a different impact if it followed the lyric followed right afterwards. Now, I think it's awesome. I'm not knocking on it. What place would I have to do that? It turns out I'm allowed to have an opinion, but I mean, I think definitely did a lot of fans. I'm not gonna knock on any part of it because it's just in bad taste. I don't like doing that too much. I just think there'd be a different feel. Kind of where with the solo break, it leaves it a little more ambiguous. Is that what I'm looking for? It's very cool. Very cool.
Altering the future. the future to prepare us for our fate. Controlling our existence with every life we take. Life for a life to remain the rule. The innocent victim, that is what's cruel. Look to the past is what we should do. When justice was done and justice was true. Using our laws to help their escape. An easy way out is what they create. Claiming the same is the way to freedom. People are stupid enough to believe them.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting. Using our laws to help their escape. An easy way out is what they create. Claiming insane is the way to freedom. People are stupid enough to believe them. It really, it to me, I don't know enough, right? I'd have to look into the backstory, interviews, and stuff like that. But it seems like maybe the pro-choice as well, some some living monstrosity might be born. Okay, you might have it might be justice to terminate that. But I'm a psychopath. Well, we just had it. The thing on the train, and well, not not mentally stable enough to defend himself. So no. If you murder someone right on camera, I don't think there should be a defense for that. Now, I think the young lady's dad should be able to, take a hammer to the dude's melon and call that, cosmic justice and be done. But, attack from behind and all. I mean, he shouldn't see it coming. He should just get whacked in the melon, in my opinion. But this idea that there's this defense, that there are good orcs that need to be saved, I don't agree with that at all. At a certain point, the level of consequences are you get exactly what you did. You have coming to you exactly what you did to them. And I believe that. And I actually think that this verse here kind of reeks of that. Getting off a little too easy for crimes that should hold extreme consequences. Then at the same time saying, well, sometimes some things could be necessary. I think it's a hell of a take on things. It's way better than I ever expected. I'm going to say that.
What they create, claiming the same is the way to freedom. People are stupid enough to believe them.
I mean, music is fire.
Death is life, taken so easily. Right or wrong, whose choice will it be?
Oddly enough, I think the answer is right there. Death and life taken so easily. Right or wrong, whose choice will it be? Why, it's the universes, the consequences that align with the transgression. That's where the choice is figured out. It shouldn't be in the hands of, suits and ties and legal mumbo jumbo. It should be in what actually constitutes justice.
Death is life, taken so easily. Right or wrong, whose choice will it be? when it is needed. Execution for those that deserve it. The giving and taking of life will always be.
See, I find that to be very interesting because then once again it's left off. It doesn't even. It's almost unresolved without having the altering the future, and then the See, that's weird to me. To me, it seems like it's an indictment of these things and a call for actual true justice. Now that's just me filtering it through my own crazy. Uh, According to AI, uh, probably had opinions on the subject, so I would never want to think that I know better than the person who wrote it, and then I believe he doesn't isn't around anymore. So, um, no disrespect. I just think, hey, I thought it was gonna be. I didn't even actually need the lyrics. They were helpful, but I could understand it all actually, which I think is pretty cool. I thoroughly believe I like this album a lot more than I expected. Uh, Defensive personalities. I just know I'm gonna look at the lyrics of this whole thing. It definitely has a better lyrical content than I could have ever asked for. I just didn't expect uh, depth of bar writing here, but depth of ideas, and that's shitty of me. I'll own that. I guess I figured it'd all be just a kind of an angry, bloody, evil joke. And I believe the complete opposite. I think it's I got nuance, depth, and oozing with opinion, even if it was hidden behind a death metal riff. Wow, very cool. Death off spiritual healing, altering the future. This is let's get the juices flowing right away in the morning, especially with stuff to think about. Weird. I think I'll smoke one and move on. Woof. Later.